Hi, before we begin, I'd like to point out that I'm not a historian. I taught history at an international school. I love history. I devour history. I'm going to put all my sources in the description below. But bottom line is, if I do make a mistake, please point them out. Put them in the commentary. I'll be happy to be told I've made a mistake. Thank you.
Okay, welcome to part 2 of the life and times of President Suharto. And today we're looking at the road to the presidency. But before we begin, I'd like to first of all give a heartfelt good luck to President Prabowo, who was inaugurated this week. He's the 8th president of Indonesia, and I've lived through 7 of them. So good luck, President Prabowo. Secondly, I'd like to just verify my statements should you misunderstand. There are 2 types of independence that people, or should I say countries specifically, celebrate. The first is when a country gains independence, such as Singapore, such as India, such as Pakistan. They celebrate when the power that were, let's call them the colonial power, left the country and gave the country back. The second type of independence, of which America and Indonesia are 2 very good examples, are countries who celebrate their declaration of independence rather than when they gain independence. So, for example, the States celebrate, of course, 1776, 4th of July. They didn't gain independence till 1783 from the British. Indonesia is a similar case, though less time. 45, August 17th was when they declared independence. And that's when, I'm happy to say, I celebrate with all other Indonesians Independence Day. However, Indonesia didn't actually gain independence till 1949, when the Dutch left Indonesia. Neither here nor there, neither are wrong, neither are a mistake. I'm very happy that Indonesia celebrates their declaration. So there are 2 very major important parts, in my opinion, that would make Suharto follow this road to power. And the first happened in 1949 with his marriage to Siti Hartina, who would later be called Ibu Tin. She was a royal of Surakarta, Solo, and the Kraton, and she gave Suharto gravitas. She would have with him 5 children, and unlike Sukarno, he didn't have a wandering eye. She would, as I will explain later, play a major role in his rise, in his almost 30 years of power. She was a crucial player. She had just as much ambition, and she was a great fit for Suharto, who, unlike Sukarno, didn't have a wandering eye. Sukarno was a ladies' man. Suharto was very much a one-man woman, so good for him. Okay, so the second area that Suharto would gain from, first of all, he was transferred to Sulawesi, where he met the Habibie family, and specifically B.J. Habibie, who would become president after Suharto. Very intelligent man, the Habibie family. A couple of others that he'd meet between 49 and 59 that were crucial was Bob Hassan, and even more important, Lim Siu Long. Now, the Chinese were not allowed in government, and generally still are not. I could be wrong. They're not allowed in the military on the whole either. And when I'm talking about the Chinese, I'm talking ethnic Indonesian Chinese. But what they did was very clever. It's like backing a horse. A lot of Chinese would choose somebody, especially in the military, that they felt had a chance of rising in power, and they'd back them either through mentorship, finance, or both. Lim Siu Long, as you will see during the talks on Suharto is a major player here. So the Chinese would often back people, and Suharto was backed. In 1959, Suharto was embroiled in his first corruption scandal, and it wouldn't be the last. He was relieved of his command in Semarang and transferred to Bandung. However, within a couple of years, he'd bounced back. He'd become a brigadier general and Army Deputy Chief of Staff, consolidating his power within the army. During this time, Sukarno had kind of neglected the Indonesian economy and Indonesia to an extent, and was very much a player on the world stage. The PKI, which were the Communist Party, were gaining a lot of power, and through this neglect, a major incident would happen in '65 which would change the face of Indonesia. I'll be discussing the coup. I'll be discussing Suharto's power and consolidation in the next chapter. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you next week.